Alrighty, everybody. So, 3D print everything will most likely be moving. Not everything is set in stone, but due to the past couple of videos and the people who have seen those today, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you're seeing this video after a date posted, I most likely deleted the two previous videos that were pertaining to this one, but it doesn't matter. Due to circumstances here at the makerspace, nothing negative with the makerspace. I love the Tarrant County makerspace. Just logistics-wise, and the amount of work and organization that I'm doing, I need to restructure and figure stuff out. So, you know, I see a lot of other people doing great in the 3D printing industry. I see a lot of people who came up with an invention, a set of files, you know, a line of work that has them keeping 6 to 30 plus printers busy all day long. And fantastic, and I'm proud of all of you. And if I had any part in being a part of that inspiration, then I'm really excited and happy. So for me, I never quite got there. I'm close. I feel like I quote jobs that profit $5,000 to $50,000 at least 10 or 15 times a year, but you know, maybe one or two of those end up landing. So that's cool, or not cool, but sorry, I'm just distracted too making this video. I want to do a video that I didn't plan on deleting, and that's this one. So my plan is to move in with a Nova 3D. So they're about 45 minutes from my location here. They're north of DFW Airport. He's got a shop that's much bigger and more impressive than this, so the next videos of walking through his shop will be really cool, and it'll look like an upgrade. But at the end of the day, it is going to be a shift of work. So I think the deal we've worked out is that I won't have to pay rent on his, and I'm not even sure if I should be saying this in video. Anyways, I won't have to spend very much to have my stuff there, and they're going to help. They're going to run the machines, and I'll go out and do sales. So I won't be making the amount of money that I would normally make operating the machine myself, but I will be making a amount of money off of it, and all I will have had to have done is, you know, started the conversation and you know, nailed the idea, you know, gone out and played sales. So this will allow me to go around and do booths, go to manufacturing expos, you know, email companies, cold call companies, stuff like this. Stuff that, you know, some of that stuff, cold calling companies is a cringy thing to have to do. But if that's what my new job is, and that, or if that's, you know, what field of work I'm in, then fine. I'm cool with that. Because as many of you know, some of these 3D printers can be very difficult and tricky, and, you know, where they're constantly advancing and changing and getting better. You know, they're not 2D printers, and it is definitely not a single button and you get what you want. And that's why there's businesses made out of this, is because you've really got to know what you're doing in order to operate these machines appropriately. So yeah, so that's what I'm looking at. What I might still do is do like maybe a once a week repair day, or maybe something where I do classes on selling printers and stuff like that. And I could either do those here or at Tarrant County College, or maybe a Nova. But yeah, we are in a tricky position to where if we don't make enough money going forward, and we don't figure out how to make this company more profitable, I'm never going to wind up growing, and I'll you know, be forced in a position that puts me out of business, and I'll have to go back to the real world. So I think this is about as close as I can get to being forced to do that, and I still might be forced to do that. But I think if Mark can run these machines, and I can keep jobs on these big printers, and I can, you know, sell a couple of them, and I can get, you know, some more volume jobs, then maybe I can pull this off, and maybe I can play sales all day and actually have a good time. So we'll see. I do appreciate all your support, all your comments. I've read all of them, and I'll read all the ones on this one too. So thanks, guys. And nonetheless, I'm really gonna miss this place if I do leave. But when I kind of make up my mind on something and I'm pushed up to against a wall, yeah, like when I learned about moving into this place, I had made up my mind in 1 or 2 days, and the very next day I was moving stuff over. And it's been a fantastic almost year here. Well, I say fantastic. I've had a good time being here. I enjoy looking at this and knowing that I helped set this up, but at the same time, it's also, it's a bittersweet thing. Like I've called this place home. It is my home. I've spent more time here than I have at my house, probably, hands down. And the sound system is fantastic. I am an audiophile by hobby, and I'm gonna miss this subwoofer and these speakers and having this as a standard every day to listen to. It's gonna be sad missing out on that. But anyways, I hope the best for you guys, and I hope I can keep this business going and make everyone happy and continue to teach y'all cool and interesting things about 3D printing and the business. I hope my business advice is good. I mean, honestly, I question it wholly. I mean, if you're following me and I'm failing, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to put any of you in this position. And that's why I show this. I don't want to show that this is easy. I don't want to show that it's all, sunshine and rainbows. This is work. And what I failed on so far, I haven't had the money to pay someone to fix, which is essentially organization, financial management, and order tracking and management. I know how to sell things. I know how to operate machines. Those are my two strongest points right now, and the stuff in between is where I fail. I mean, I've got a part, and I'm just not even gonna say it. But anyways, guys, thanks for your support, likes, shares, comments, and let's keep it going. I don't want this to be the last video. I don't want there to be another last video. We're at least going for another few weeks or months. The next videos could be potentially moving this stuff to a different shop. So there's some good things about that. There's some bad things about it. The biggest thing is that shop will be 45 minutes away instead of this shop being about 15 minutes away. That's a 3 times as long of a drive. That's more fuel. I won't need to be there every day, but at the same time, I will need to show up occasionally. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, I'm just waiting to get the terms back on what would be fair as far as how much money I'll make on a 3D print versus how much money he'll make on a 3D print if it's my machine and my job versus, his machine, his job, or this or that. He's got his own 3D printing company, so I think if someone calls his company instead of mine, he'll get all the money. I don't know. He's got rent to pay, and if I'm not paying rent, then there's got to be a separation somewhere. But if he's going to run my machines and get paid to run my machines, then there's a profit to be split there. So just a lot to think about. I'm doing my best to stay positive about this and to try to stay ahead of it. I don't want this, I'm not in the position at the moment to where I'm begging any of you for money, and I don't ever want to get to that position. I want to, I'm not using YouTube as a community to fund this. I've made in all the monetization, any ads that you've seen so far in 3 months, I've made $30. This would be great if that was $3,000, $30,000. I'd actually get somewhere with YouTube. But I'm not relying on your views to make me money, and I'm not relying on any of you being a whale or donator to make me money, and I don't want to. I really don't. It would be great, and I would accept it this moment, but I'm not. Don't even let that be okay, fine, I'll send you money. Don't. Let me struggle and survive on my own. If I ever get to that point, I might ask, but I'm not there now. I'm not, I would rather just go get a job. Why ask for money if I can go get a job? I can do that. I don't need people to give me money. That's not what this is about. I'm not whining and crying about this so that I can be given money in a handout. Like, I rightfully earned and dug my debt, and I need to dig out of it. That's just the way it is. So that's not what this is about. This is about showing anybody else on here that this is tough and it's not easy, and that we're working through the problems and trying to be ahead of them before we ever get into the position of having to close our doors. And I don't want that to happen as much as possible. So thank you guys for your support. I'm definitely ending this now. Have a good day.